Welcome everyone to the PJ's Cast. I'm your host Pierce, alongside of my good co-host Schmitty and Reagan. Happy Pride Month to everyone. Pride Month to everyone. Our good pal Ivan Provorov has been traded to Ohio.
Smell you later.
Rest in peace, Bozo.
Oh,
Rest in peace, Ivan Provorov. He's not dead. He's playing in Ohio and playing now for Mike Babcock. Or soon to be Mike Babcock.
Won that overtime game to get us Bedard, and then he got shipped off to Ohio. What a sequence. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's time now that we say that Jarmo Kekalainen is a fraud. He used that picture of all of the watches. Busted. Fake. That is Jarmo Kekalainen without he shall not be named as general manager of the Chicago Blackhawks. Because obviously he made the Artemi Panarin trade and the Seth Jones trade. But you look over the past year and a bit since he shall not be named has been out of the league, but who fucking knows at this rate he might even be back in the league by the summertime. Remember last year in free agency where he signed Eric Gudbranson to a 4x4? You remember that? I remember on the stream I was like, I saw it from our good friend Bob McKenzie, and I was like, what the hell? It's one of those contracts where it's like, are you that's the AAV and not the total? That's the AAV. Like Jarmo Kekalainen, he has fallen off, and I don't know what the hell he is cooking. Yes, Columbus had an awful year. I mean, they didn't get the first overall pick. Boo-hoo. Neither did 31 other teams. Like, but he decides to go out and get Ivan Pro. Here's the thing. Going out and getting Ivan Pro, like in a nutshell, I mean, why not take a chance? But trading the 20th overall pick and I think a second round pick, there's probably better defensemen you could have gotten with those same trade chips you gave up to get Ivan Provorov. I don't know. It just getting that and Mike Babcock in your dressing room, and I think when Danny Briere made that trade, he said no, the pride decision didn't come to factor. I don't think he's going to say that, but I think it is mine. It had to play a factor because Scott Laughton, who was when that whole thing went down, like Scott Laughton did a lot of work with the LGBTQ plus community. I think it had something to do with that. And now you're in Columbus. You have Ivan Provorov. You traded for Ivan Provorov, and now you have Mike Babcock as your head coach. And I'm just thinking, what do Johnny Gaudreau and Patrick Laine think? Johnny Gaudreau has Daryl Sutter as his head coach for the past few years. Finally leaves. Oh, I'm in Columbus. I'm out of
Bill
Canada.
Peters before that, I'm pretty sure.
That too, yeah. I'm out of Canada. Like, I'm closer to home. Like, I have my family. I can rest in Columbus. Yeah, we didn't have a great year, but you know what? We have a young team coming up. And now Mike Babcock is going to be the head coach.
So I got two things with this. Because I got one from honestly, we didn't even touch on the third team in this trade, which was the Kings, who threw in more draft picks and more prospects to get rid of Cal Peterson so they could extend Vladislav Gavrikov for 2 years, which is fine. Like, that part of it's fine.
That honestly, it wasn't a bad contract because I think I saw the Bucci tweet where he's like, yeah, he might want at least $6 million for 6 years or something like that, which I believed because this is the NHL. That is exactly the defenseman you signed for that long.
I think it's
the fact.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say the fact they got him for 2 years under $6 million. That's surprising. I'm surprised he didn't go for longer term.
It was the player that wanted the term too. So I don't know if he thinks LA's got a certain window that they can hit with that, or maybe he's just trying to maximize his value. I don't know. But like, the two things I got out of this is, one, the fact that Danny Briere got a first this year, 2 seconds, a prospect. And I mean, let's be honest, if Scott Walker is not a bad, or I'm pretty sure that's who they got. He's not a bad player. Yeah, he's not a bad.
He's a guy who will play on your team, and really,
he's a guy who's going to play games.
He doesn't have the name. Sorry, I was going to say he doesn't have the name value of an Ivan Provorov. Like, he's not a top 10 pick or whatever. But I bet you, if you look at the analytics and stats and looking at his contract, all that taken into consideration, you're probably getting similar value if you just kept Provorov. Like.
I mean, yeah, my whole thing is just like, you sold super low on him and actually got a decent return. So, like, for his first trade with absolutely zero leverage, in my opinion, like, good job. From Columbus's standpoint, Jarmo Kekalainen's seat is on fire at the moment. I think ownership finally realized, hey guys, we've sucked since 2019 and there's been no sign of improvement. Last year there were supposed to be like little glimpses of improvement and they got worse.
I think they were supposed to battle for maybe a wild card spot.
I thought they were going to be like 10th worst in the league. Like, granted, like no one saw the injuries they were going to get. Whatever, everyone gets hurt. Like, they still don't have a goalie, in my opinion. Like, I hope Merzlikins bounces back, but like from everything I've heard, it sounds like a mental health thing. So if he can get through that, good for him. If not, like, I don't know what to tell you at that point. Sorry. Like, you guys need a goalie. Don't have one. They have 2 NHL defensemen, or 3. Okay, Boquist took a couple strides this year offensively. They have 3 NHL caliber defensemen, maybe. Andrew Peak 4, and Andrew Peak's like a 5'6". Like, they're still not moving the needle at all. And of course they said, oh, we want to make another move. There's rumors that they're in on Elias Lindholm. And they might.
That's interesting.
Like, what is this team doing right now, dude? This just screams ownership's getting involved right now. Or Yarmo, they finally just said, go make some moves. Because he stocked up all these picks, so he kind of has, like, leverage to maybe miss a trade or two. Just because he has so many prospects coming up. But, like, I can't help but think if you extend Provorov, you're blocking someone's lane to get up down the line.
What is his contract? I got to look that up.
He's got one more year at, like, 6.8. But, like, you're going to know he's going to want to get paid more. If he plays better with you, you're probably going to want to extend him. But then at that point, like, you're blocking Matejchuk when he comes up in 2 years. Like, yeah, you could move one of them to the right side. But like I always say, that is so much easier said than done with defensemen. Like, not everyone,
Nick Hjalmarsson.
Not everyone's a Nick Hjalmarsson. Not everyone's a Devon Taves who could just play both sides with ease. That is way easier said than done. So, I don't know. Reagan, what are your thoughts on Cal Peterson rotting in Philly now? Because I feel bad for him.
He could have been a Blackhawk.
Like, he had not the best year this past year. Sorry, my boyfriend just threw the toy, and now we have Cosmo. He didn't have like the best year this past year, but he's proven he can be a great NHL goalie. So I don't even know what's going to happen to him with Philly, because I know I saw things about maybe Hart wanting out, so maybe he'd at least get to be the starter in Philly. Granted, I have no idea who their backup is off the top of my head, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, apparently the Blackhawks are in on him, but on him, I say that they're more seeking the reward of what they would have gotten for taking him on.
Oh, I'd imagine Kyle Davidson would have been all over taking 2 seconds to get a goalie that could potentially bounce back. Because that's my thing. Like, I feel like in Torts' system that might benefit Cal Peterson in a way. Like, he's not going to face as many high danger chances. Unless the team actually implodes and they're going to tank for Celebrini, and then in that case, I just feel sorry for him. But I don't know. That's the thing with Philly now. Like, they've shown that they basically got the green light to blow it up now. So I'm curious as to how much they do, because they have some very intriguing pieces that could get them some nice, like, draft capital or prospects. Like, I'm looking right at Travis Konechny. I'm looking right at, like, Joe Farabee. Like,
if the Blackhawks were like further along in the process, those are guys you target.
Yeah. I mean, if Konechny ever makes it to free agency, they'll be all over it, I feel like. But he's not ever going to make free agency. He'll get traded and get extended immediately.
Just thinking about Konechny. Every time you bring up a player like, oh, the Blackhawks could target him, you have to think, oh, how would he play with Connor Bedard? Travis Konechny with Connor Bedard. Konechny just being the pain in the ass, getting in front of the net, going in the corner and digging out all the pucks and things of that nature. That would be a great fit. So more on Cal Peterson. His first couple of years, he only played 19 games, but in 2018-19, 11 games, he had a .924 save percentage. 2019-2020, 8 games, .922 save percentage. In the shortened year, the 2021 season, he had a .911 save percentage of 35 games, which is not bad. It's not horrible. You have to take into consideration that scoring has gone up, and like that save percentage is above average, is by definition is that. Like, I think Alex Stalock had a .910, and that's above average. Last year he had an .895, whatever, and then this year just .868. For whatever reason, it did not work out. I think he lost his job to
Phoenix
I think
Copley.
Phoenix Copley, like LA went through a few goalies because they went through Quick. They're like, no, he's not good enough. Then he went Peterson. No, he's not good enough. Then Copley, who won games. He wasn't amazing, but he helped them win games. Like I think he had 20 wins. But then you got Corpusalo, and they were with him. I still don't know what they're going to do with their goaltending, but they shipped some salary cap off. But
I mean, like I said, he had. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like a 905 career. There's maybe something there. Like I don't know if he's gonna be an elite starting goalie, but like a 1A 1B kind of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he definitely had a rough year this past year, and hopefully he can just bounce back. He's proven he can be a good NHL goalie, but I don't know if he's necessarily like a full-time starter. Kind of see him as more of like a backup, or like you said, like a 1A 1B thing. But who knows? I just hope he can bounce back.
Well, he'll definitely get games, that's for sure, which is good for him. He won't be in Lehigh Valley or wherever. Well, he was in Ontario last year, at the end of the year, I think. So,
for all we know, if things are going how they like what they've said, that Carter Hart might be traded, might be the starting goalie for the time being.
Good for him. He'll get games. I'm happy for him. I just wish it would have worked out in LA because I thought that was going to be a good fit.
Yeah,
they signed him to like an extension too.
Mm-hmm. And they've been trying to move him all year because that was the rumor with the Chychrun deal back then. Yeah. That was what was holding it up at one point. Was you got to take Cal Peterson the other way. Well, we don't want to do that. Well, okay. Like the Jacob Chychrun thing is the worst trade discussion I think I've seen in recent memory. Ugh. Terrible.
The two teams like LA and Columbus in this deal. The two teams that were supposedly supposed to go after Jacob, like I know LA was on Chychrun, and I'm pretty sure Columbus was too. No, neither of them get Chychrun, and now you're having to trade things around to get money retained, and you get Ivan Provorov. a little bit of the fumbling of the bag, and same thing with LA. They got Gavrikov, which I mean, he was not bad. I always thought Gavrikov was way older. I thought he was in his 30s. He's like 27, 28. I mean, getting him for 2 years at that money is it's a pretty good deal. But I wonder if players are thinking like, well, was it a player decision or was it a general manager decision to take 2 years?
It was a player decision. That was the player and the agent. That's why I was like, I wonder if he sees the Kings only having like a 2-year window, or he's like, honestly, I get it because like Kopitar's only got a year left, I think, on his deal. He's getting up there. Doughty's getting up there. They've had 2 first-round exits back-to-back. Like, if they don't get over the hump next year, he can easily just leave. So, I like it for the player and the team, honestly, because the last thing the Kings need is to get locked into another 30-plus defenseman down the line.
Yeah, they have Mikey Anderson signed a 8-year contract extension already. And
yeah, that was crazy. Forgot about that. That was like him and Samuelson both signed those crazy deals.
Yeah, similar kind of defenseman. And yeah, they have 4 RFAs this year: Jarrett Anderson, Dolan, Rasmus Kupari, Gabriel Velarde, and then next year you got to re-sign Byfield, Kaliev. So a lot of their younger guys that are coming up through the system, they got to re-sign them. And we saw, I think, that Victor Arvidsson might be available. He has 1 year left. Oh, he would be out. Please bring him here. Please bring him to the Blackhawks. I would love him.
He is the exact kind of player that Davidson likes.
Mm-hmm. Just works his ass off and he scores goals.
He's fast and he's skilled.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries, which is more than can be said for a lot of players. It's like it's gonna be a cap dump. He had 26 goals and 59 points in 77 games. That Dano line's been incredible since Dano's got there. The last 2 years, they've been one of the best 5-on-5 lines. I think it's those two and Trevor Moore, if I recall correctly. I mean, I think Fiala got a taste on that line for a bit, but like, oh no, they only put Kevin Fiala on that line and got better. Like, good on the GM of LA of looking at those Nashville teams and being like, let's get the 2 good players off the team.
Yeah.
Like, and they were sniffing around Forsberg last year, so they have the right idea of what kind of.
Did you see that they were trying to go after Saros too?
You should have done that. You should have done that instead of the Corpusalo trade, personally. Yeah. But I guess you got the defenseman too, which was key. But
look, you gotta go. It's Nashville. You could have got a defenseman in there.
If Nashville's actually listening to our offers on Saros, they should just do that at the draft. You could get 2 first-round picks right now for him, probably.
Absolutely,
he's that good. And there are teams that are in a position where, like, I'm not saying Buffalo should give up 2 firsts, but like if you could have Saros and Levi as your tandem, like it's over.
Oh my God.
It's over. Like it's just. I mean, let's see who else.
I guess I would say I hate to be a fan of
Edmonton.
a team in the Atlantic, honestly.
Yeah, Edmonton, Florida, Toronto, like any of those teams. Pittsburgh gets them. Like, there's just so many teams that could use a goalie like Saros and take them right over the top. Honestly, same goes for Hellebuck too.
I was going to say Hellebuck, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that they're actually listening to offers on Connor Hellebuck is asinine. He must have told them, "I'm not extending." Like that's all I got out of that. Honestly,
he must have said he wants out because that's insane.
Everyone is like, according to Frank Saravalli's trade board, like everyone's on the block except Kyle Connor, which makes sense. Like you don't want to trade him.
That's
but
a 45 guy.
Man, we could be looking at Winnipeg having like 4 first-round picks next year, and I don't even think that's overselling it because I think Dubois can snag you a first. I think Hellebuck can snag you at least.
Pierre-Luc Dubois is a Montreal Canadian. It's just not official yet.
I just don't know. Like Pierre-Luc Dubois for like Josh Anderson in the first is gonna go crazy, and it's gonna be the Florida first too. That's the funny part. Anyways, who else? Blake Wheeler, if it goes to the right team, is gonna get you a second at least. Ehlers, I think, could snag you a first.
Oh, easily.
Like I don't know if they're looking into moving Morrissey. Morrissey can get you a fucking haul.
Especially
like if they're gonna blow it up, Winnipeg could set themselves up with prospects right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. I don't think they're gonna blow it up. So they might trade one of them. They're not trading everyone. I don't think they will. They're gonna be like, guys, they're gonna hold them hostage to the last days of their contracts, trying to get an extension. Guys, you want to stay in Winnipeg? No, we've told you that for 2 summers. Bye. Or 4 if you're Pierre-Luc Dubois. Jesus.
Yeah, as soon as he got there, he's like, I want out again.
Yeah. that trade is still the funniest thing. It's like both guys were so disgruntled. And it's like, fine. All right, you go to the Ohio of Canada, and you go to the Winnipeg of the States. Boom, we're done. Ugh.
And everything will be we lived happily ever after.
Nothing happened after that. I can't believe Laine still extended there for 4 years. That's insane.
That is so right. He did. And
now he's going to play with Babcock.
I was going to say, he gets to play with Mike Babcock.
Ugh. Babcock's going to play Kent Johnson 12 minutes a night. Jesus Christ.
My God. If they ever make it to the playoffs and they are in a game 7, he's going to be playing 13 minutes. Yeah.
I had this conversation with my dad today because he's like, what do you have against Babcock? And I was like, he doesn't play his stars when they need him most. And that's how you lose hockey games. Like, I'm sorry. I would say the same shit about Quenneville if we were in game 7 against the Kings and he played Taves and Kane 15 minutes instead of like Marcus Kruger. Like, I'm sorry. That's the same kind of reaction I would have. Because that's what he did. That's what he did for 3 years.
You know what? But hey, come on.
You don't have to worry about that in Columbus, so they're not making the playoffs.
He coached a good game 5, though, so he is a good coach, I think.
It's probably what they said about Sheldon Keefe. He coached a good game 4 in the second round, so we're going to hold until Christmas.
Can anyone guess the last year Mike Babcock won a playoff series as a head coach?
2013 when they lost to the Blackhawks. I'm almost positive that's what it is.
Yeah, you were right. They beat the Anaheim Ducks in the first round.
I think that says more about Bruce Boudreau than it does Mike Babcock. Bruce Boudreau got outcoached again. Didn't it? 2013? Isn't he there? Or is he still in it has to be Boudreau. Boudreau was there in Anaheim.
I thought it was Boudreau.
If not, then it's not Carlisle. I know that much.
No, you're right. It was.
Yeah, I was like, because Boudreau just had that streak of sucking in the first round since Washington.
I'm pretty sure Anaheim from 2013 to 2016, all of their losses, every time they got eliminated from the playoff, game 7 on home ice.
And then they got a hat. And then the only time it wasn't in 2017, Colton Sissons got a hat trick on him. So which one's really worse?
Yeah, it's the monkey pie. You finally win a game 7, but you don't make the Stanley Cup final because Colton Sissons got a hat trick.
Oh, I got a good segue. Here we go. Speaking of the 2017 Cup final, it's nice to see Sergei Bobrovsky finally turn into a pumpkin like Rene did in that Cup run. Because
that is a great transition.
I'm sorry.
There's more I wanted to touch on Babcock because I saw the thing Mark Hunter and Mike Babcock on the draft floor in 2015. Mike Babcock wanted Ivan Provorov, but Mark Hunter said, "Nuh-uh, these are my guys. We're taking Magic Mitchie Marner." That is actually how they said it at the draft table. We have Lee.
And then they said you could have had a Finn. It's crazy.
Could have had a Finn. That's right. I'm pretty sure Babcock not only wanted, he wanted a defenseman, he wanted either Provorov, Werenski, or Hanifin. And say what you will about Mitch Marner, if he's even going to be a Leaf still, I would take Mitch Marner every day, once every day, and twice on Sunday, as they say, I believe, over those three defensemen. But anyways, yeah, let's go to the Stanley Cup final. That I think when me and Reagan had our interview, we both predicted Vegas. I think I wanted Vegas 7 because I think I've been saying this every year we've done the podcast. I just want there to be a 7 games close series, and then Game 7 overtime. That is my dream. Maybe one of those years it's going to happen, but
almost did in 2019.
Yeah, but how it's going this year, I don't think it's.
That's the thing, Pierce. I think all three of us said we thought it was going to be a really competitive series, and it was going to be Vegas in 7. And now I kind of regret it.
I mean, we're right about Vegas winning, but Vegas just seems on a different planet, a different level, different tier right now than what Florida is, and I don't even think that's a diss against Florida. Vegas just is so locked in right now, and I remember at the beginning of the playoffs, I'm just like, I don't know about Vegas. I'm like, I shouldn't be surprised at all that Vegas has gone this far because their head coach is Bruce Cassidy. None of us should be surprising, but yeah, I'm like, wow, it's crazy the way they're playing. Looking at their forward core, Jack Eichel is your first line center. Chandler Stevenson and Mark Stone is on another line. You have Ivan Barbashev, who might be the best deadline pickup, playing at almost a point per game place. Jonathan Marchessault has I think 10 or 11 goals in his last 10 or 11 games. He's pretty much a goal per game. They have so many offensive threats. Brett Howden is a guy now. They find guys like that, Chandler Stevenson and Brett Howden, speedy guys who didn't really make it out and they're on their other teams, but you bring them to Vegas and they find another offensive gear. And this is a copycat league. Looking at that defense with Pietrangelo, with Theodore, with White Cloud, Hag, all those guys, none of them are under 6 feet tall. You look at the defensemen the Blackhawks have drafted, Korchinski, Renzel, Del Mastro, Allen, all those guys, I don't even think are above 6 feet. They're all above 6'2". So, and as for the goaltending, Aiden Hell has been incredible, just a great story. He wasn't even the starting goalie for Vegas. It was Laurent Brossoit, and that's why I had so much pause for giving Vegas credit. But you get a good defensive structure in front of your goalie. You get a goalie that makes saves. And they're 2 wins away from their first Stanley Cup.
Yep. And I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like we talked about this in one of the series with Florida. They take a lot of penalties, and it's been like that with Paul Maurice all year. And I'm sorry, you're just not going to play terrible power plays the whole way to the cup. Vegas's power play is about as hot as it's going to be the whole playoff run. And they're taking some Bush League penalties in these first 2 games, and it's costing them big time. And I'm not even going to get into the specifics with the Kachuk stuff. He's got 3 misconducts in 2 games or whatever it is. Whatever. That's a whole nother thing. But they've played at an elite level of hockey since Valentine's Day, maybe. I don't know, early January. They look gassed right now. That's the best way I can describe it. They look like a team that's gone at 11 for 3 straight months, and they have nothing left in the tank. And the biggest thing that worried me with Florida, and it's like any sport, when you're in a groove, you want to keep going. You don't want to slow down. You don't want to take a week off, and they took 10 days off. It's just you can't rekindle that same swag. I don't care what anyone says. You can't rekindle that same swagger you had when you were playing every other night for 3 straight months and were in your groove. I don't know, man. It's just tough. It's tough because that team was played extremely well, but they just look out of gas now. And at the end of the day, it's the 3rd team in the league against the 17th team in the league. So we should have kind of expected this, to be honest.
I feel like that's the thing we see every year. It's a team does really well and they sweep someone and then have to go a week and a half till their next game, waiting for the other series to finish up, and then they just are done.
Happened to the Hawks a couple times, I remember. Like, they swept the Wild, and they looked like shit game
I'm
one
pretty
against
sure they had
Anaheim.
10 days off, too.
Yeah, like,
They
they
would've
got
given more
lucky.
than that, yeah.
They got lucky with Boston because Boston had more time off than they did in 2013.
Yeah.
Boston
They
swept them. We won
demolished
5.
the Penguins. They
Yeah,
demolished them. 3 goals in 4 games. I remember that. Crazy.
And like I remember watching game 1 for this series, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, Florida's got to steal this if they want to be in the series because you can't. Yeah, and they had it. They had it for a little while, and then Mark Stone bats a puck just square out of midair and snipes one, and that's all.
Even if they stole game 2, like if they just took one of the games in Vegas,
but
they would have been in great position to come back to Florida. But I mean, I guess the old cliche saying, "Oh, you're never in trouble till you lose on home advantage or whatever." I don't know. It just the way Vegas went into Dallas and shut them down. They did that to Edmonton too, and they did it to Winnipeg. They've done it every round. Like we shouldn't be surprised at Vegas. they're clearly the better team. But I hope Florida takes a game or even a 2 to make it at least a 6-game series. But the way things are looking right now, Florida might be lucky to squeak one out.
This series is reminding me of when the Lightning played the Habs a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the Habs were on this miracle run, but sorry, you're playing one of the best teams in hockey, and you're playing one of the best teams, and this isn't even like the Lightning. You're playing one of the best teams in hockey that has gotten this close at least 4 times and fucked up, playing an inferior team. I don't think they're going to fuck up again. That's my thing, especially when they're rolling 4 lines the way they're rolling them right now. Mm-hmm. It's
not
kind of unfathomable.
3 defensive pairings. Like you look at their ice time, it's all even. It's like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 minutes. Like no, I don't even know if there's a designated top pair. Like you think Pietrangelo would be that top pair, but like I'm pretty sure Shea Theodore's right there. That Hagen White Cloud pairing is right. Like it's just I don't even think they have a designated first line. They don't have a designated first pairing defense. Like you can make that. They don't even have a number 1 goalie, and they're just firing on all cylinders because they still have great players. Their goalie is making the saves when they need. I mean, Aiden Hill doing his best bring home, and it was game 1, right? And not game 2. I'm just getting it all mixed up now. And then you just obviously you might have the best coach in the NHL with Bruce Cassidy.
I also just want to point out. Capitals fans, your inferiority complex has shown this entire fucking series. just want to point that out. Like I'm watching people be like, "Oh my god, Aiden Hill made the save." Actually, our save was 10 times harder to make. It had way higher implications. I'm sorry, it's not even comparable. Holy shit! I've never seen a fan base fucking just like flip on a situation because
he was actually closer to the goalie, should have had a higher probability of going.
Didn't have to deal with it off the stanchion. Like, oh my fucking god! I swear to God, it's impossible for people to enjoy other things that it doesn't involve their team. It's fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. Whatever. Like, I'm sorry, I had to bring that up because I remember seeing that after game 1, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Dude,
like,
shut up.
all the comments were Capitals fans being like, actually, no. There's no actually. That was 5 fucking years ago. The future is now, old man. Jesus.
You had your time. And it was awesome watching the Capitals win.
It was a great cup run. Yeah. Nothing against them. But holy shit.
And it's probably my favorite non-Blackhawks cup run to watch. Is that
dude, but like, holy fucking shit. Just let someone else enjoy their cup run without shoving yours down their throat.
And I'm pretty sure it's the 5-year anniversary, too. So
you want to hang a banner? Jesus Christ. It's the same way I feel about the Hawks players being like, oh, when do we acknowledge the 10-year anniversary of a cup? Gives a fuck. I'll wait a quarter of a century and then acknowledge that team. Doesn't fucking matter right now. Like, sorry, some of these players are still in the league. The Caps have over half of their team. Like, whatever, dude. Just change. Like, all I'm trying to say is stop living in the past. Jesus Christ. And that's coming from a team that lived in the past for way too fucking long.
And don't make it all about yourself. Stop being a selfish asshole.
Just acknowledge that, like, Vegas is having a great first 2 games in the Cup final. Not be like, well, actually. No, there's no actually. They are dominating the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. It's pretty
dominating.
And also, fuck Alec Martinez.
What did he ever do?
Oh, gee, I don't know. He only probably caused like mental health problems for like 2 fan bases in a span of 2
Yeah, I was gonna
weeks.
say just
Not
the
even
Bucks
week and a
before,
half,
so,
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our good
no,
pal
fuck him.
Boomer can attest to that.
I don't think I've ever been more mad at a single player for simply doing his job than I was Alex Martinez in 2014.
Yeah, if it was like any of their their good players, like if it was Ante Kopitar did that, I'd be like, oh whatever, it's Ante Kopitar. Alec Martinez, like, and not only that goal, but he scores a Stanley Cup winning goal. I still think that against the Rangers is worse. That's just as bad.
I swear, whenever I'm watching a game, like the Hawks playing whoever, and I hear his name, I still get like PTSD flashbacks.
It's in. Yeah.
Him and Nick Leddy.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, Alex DeBrinket's requested a trade.
Is it official now?
Yeah. He and
Like,
his
was it just tweeted out?
like Jeff Merrick has said that he and his agent have sent the management group a list of teams that he wants to be traded to, and he's not re-signing in Ottawa. So. Oh no! But guys, they're gonna get the 7th overall pick for him, so they'll be fine.
No, don't worry, guys. They'll just flip him and get more from what they paid for him. Don't worry, guys. We're all good.
Just don't get traded in the division. I already see the trade to St. Louis happening, and I'm killing myself.
Oh, it is.
I'm
happening.
not. Go anywhere else.
You know, if that happens, you know how we get back at the Blues. Well, one, hey, this is a good way to segue.
It is a good segue.
Darren Pang, holy Jumpin! Let's go!
Holy Jumpin,
Holy
Alex Steen!
We gotta
Except he's gonna be saying that for Andreas Athanasiou.
Holy AA battery Jumpin! Let's go! We are charged up here in Chicago.
Oh my god,
I
we're
love
charged up with holy Jumpins.
Before we, I love Darren Pang. Everything
great.
I've seen, he's just a little ball of energy.
He's like one of the best parts of the TNT broadcast because he's usually on like the B or C team, so he just carries. And now he's gonna be doing Hawks games. Like, I hope Kobe Cohen gets closer to his family because I think he's going to Philly now.
Yeah.
But like, holy crap! Like, that's a great
Holy
ad.
Jumpin, you might even say.
But like, this is what I was talking about last year when they said Foster's was getting the role. It's like, okay, let's get some veterans in the room that have done this for years. That's a perfect guy to pair with Foster's on the mic. Like, yeah, he's gonna be between the benches, but like, it's a perfect guy to be like chopping it up with that can help him when he's not like at his commentating best. You know what I mean? Like, great to have. It's literally veteran experience in the broadcasting booth, which is what this team needed at the moment. Now, find a way to get Alex Foster.
I was just gonna say that, yeah. And kind of to finish the point, like if the Blues, I wanted to finish up this point. If the Blues get the Brinket, we get back to them. We sign O'Reilly and Tarasenko, and we make it all even.
I don't want Ryan O'Reilly. Like, he's a good player, but it's just like at that point, just fucking. No.
Darren Pang is good enough. Like,
Darren Pang's fine. Why don't we go get Jimmy Snuggerud from their prospect pool or something? How about that?
Yeah, we'll get Jimmy Snuggerud for taking on Nick Leddy because they want to get rid of like Leddy and Scandella and Brandon Saad. I think I saw too.
Ooh. Someone, here's another thing from Friedman's 32 Thoughts. Someone said to me if they were Chicago, they would go after Barbashev to play with Bedard. They said Bedard is going to need a player like that. So, in other words, that's just clicks. I thought it was something more important. I apologize.
Could you imagine Barbashev? You're playing in St. Louis. You get traded to Vegas. You get to play to Jack Eichel. Probably win the cup. And now you get to go in Chicago, probably make some good money and play with Bedard.
Put up a bunch of points.
that must be the best life.
Oh yeah, big time.
But yeah, more on Darren Pang. That's just so awesome. Like, he's just such a great guy. So much energy, enthusiasm for the game. Good knowledge for the game too. And all the Blues fans that are mad, I can understand. Like, I would be pissed off if my team, like, we were mad when Eddie Olczyk left. And I'm pretty sure it was the same thing with the Blues. It was a money issue. I would be pissed if he left, especially for a division rival. But let's not act like, oh, Darren Pang is just like a St. Louis Blues guy. He played for the Chicago Blackhawks as a goalie. By the way, he's 5'5", a 5'5" goalie. Just the image of that.
We love a short king.
We absolutely do love short canes. So, in 1987-88, he had an 891 save percentage in 45 games. Now, you probably think 891, that's horrible. But that was the 1980s where players did cocaine and smoked. That's a pretty good save percentage. And then the next year, he had an 869 save percentage in 35 games. And that was the last season he ever played in the NHL, was 1988-89. So yeah, just a little trivia for y'all. Mm-hmm.
Also, just more on the DeBrincat thing, he goes, there's a significant this reason is significant, of course, because if Pierre Dorion does trade Alex DeBrincat, he would want them to be signed through the trade. Think Matthew Tkachuk from Calgary to Florida. You are not getting that return. Matthew Tkachuk was coming off a 110-point season. Get the F out of here. Oh, my God. They sound worse than we did last year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We were definitely a little...
It's fine. Everyone overrates their guys. It's fine. But holy smokes, people. Like, you are not getting a 117-point player, a top 4 D-man, a first, and a prospect for him. This is not happening. Sorry. Like... Jesus Christ, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Get a grip. Oh my God, someone said he's a Red Wing. Stop yourself.
I mean, Michigan boy.
It makes too much sense, I know, but like
Michigan boy.
That's fine. He's out east.
Whatever.
He's out
east.
East.
He's still in the Atlantic, so ha ha ha. Again,
I think they should trade him for William Nylander.
1-for-1.
1-for-1, bud.
Well, kind of more on the topic of the Blackhawks. So we kind of brought it up a bit earlier. Dries Athanasiou is back for 2 more years. We are charged up, baby.
But guys, they overpaid him. Why would they overpay him in a flat cap world? Jesus.
I want to read.
Go read the comments. It's actually stupid. Like, hey, newsflash, some of us aren't 30 mil over the cap. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
They're still like a little under 40 million, even with signing him.
Like, I just read one where it's like they could do this, sign Bunting, and still be 30 mil under the cap. And then someone goes, well, I'd use my cap space to pick up bad contracts for assets. And it's like, jackass, you could do both. You could fucking do both. You don't have to pick one lane. You could pick multiple fucking lanes. This is not rocket science. Like, holy smokes. I have never seen a $4.25 million contract get so many not like people that are fans of not that team bent out of shape. It's unbelievable, dude. It's unbelievable. And like, good for him, because he had to deal with all that bullshit after we thought he lost his Bedard. So good for him for getting a pay.
And it's yeah, like
so bad now because people were pissed and we sold fucking up Bedard.
Yeah, and now he's back and he got a pay raise. Good for him.
But
guys, he doesn't play defense. Don't care. He's
the whole
25.
fucking Blackhawks team doesn't play defense. Like,
that's crazy. It's a crazy thought, right? But I'm happy you got that extension. And we need, like, we talked about this. Just get bodies around him that can play, and that's a perfect player. He's gonna get like 40, 45 points.
He was 20 and 20. That's perfect.
He was playing a game after the deadline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And who fucking knows? Maybe they trade him after his contract.
Oh, God. We did this just to trade him out the door. We're going to hold him half retained.
It's just funny because I imagine the conversation with Kyle Davidson and his agent is probably just like, oh, we'll give him a little bit more money. Over a couple of years, he had a good year last year. He liked him in Chicago. He's like, yeah, that's a great deal. We're both happy here. And then everyone outside Chicago like, why would you do such a stupid, idiotic thing? There's better ways to spend your money. Like this one guy, that's the total over 2 years, right? Because that's crazy bad if it's per year. And I don't care about all the cap floor nonsense. There are better ways to get there than to set up a bad salary structure on your team.
It's just like you would think they sign him to 8 years, honestly. You
thought they would have handed him out. They handed them out the Seth Jones contract.
You would think they just gave him the Mike Matheson deal. Jesus Christ, people. Like, I can't wait for the next extension to come through because I'm overreacting like a motherfucker. What? Why would you give this guy $8 million? Fucking morons. Jesus Christ. Stay in your lane. Like, stay in your lane, people. I get it. It's June. There's no hockey on tonight. You have nothing else better to do with your life. I promise you, some contract for the Blackhawks is not going to ruin your team's cap situation. Good grief. Like, I saw people be like, oh, what does this say for the rest of the UFAs? JT Compher is going to cost $5 million. Like,
what? A free agent being overpaid? What kind of NHL are we in that would happen?
You're telling me people get overpaid once they get to the open market? I've never heard of this before. This is crazy. I don't know why this is like getting me so mad. I think it's just because so many people don't understand that cap situation. It's insanity.
They don't understand just
it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds to be like, $41 million of cap space.
Okay,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. They should have paid him more, if anything. Like,
whatever. It's fucking. So funny.
You brought Mike Matheson up. Could you just imagine that going down? That siege. Like, he wanted to be a Chicago Blackhawk. He said 4 years, 6 years. Now let's do 8.
Let's make it Blackhawk
8 for life. I guess you have a lot of battery life there. I'm gonna keep making that joke. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, do you wanna overreact to an extension that happened?
Alex Petrovich. I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's loop that in with the Stanley Cup final and how the Florida Panthers and the Computer Boys protected him over Jonathan
Computer
Boy. And apparently, I think it went. You take Riley Smith, we'll give you Jonathan Marchessault. Here is 1/3, 2/3 of a line, of a first line, a very good second line. And
guys, I'm soy jacking so hard right now. Oscar Dansk just signed a contract. Nah, but like that's such a fireable offense with that management group.
Even at the time, everyone was like, "What the hell are you doing? Why would you do that?" Like, because I think Marchessault came off 30 goals.
Because how many defensemen can play forward? Oh wait, sorry, that was the pisser.
That's Mark Pisser.
That was the pisser. God damn it! They're all the same. They're all terrible, and they all played in Florida.
Back to former Edmonton Oil King Mark Pisser.
Like, poor Aaron Ekblad, dude. Like, he still has never been around a competent decor in his life. Oh, my God. Like, now it's fine, I guess, but, like...
You got Forsling and Montour. That'll do.
I guess. Like, this dude
it's gone that far.
This dude, for 5 years of his career, his second best defenseman was Keith Yandel, bro. Oh, my gosh. It's terrible.
By the way, Panthers still have Yandel and Scott Darling on their books.
Let's go! That's the strategy to win a cup. Just buy out a bunch of players.
Or in the case of Vegas, you trade all your players for nothing, which is essentially a buyout.
Sean Monahan made over $6 million. What?
Yeah, he did.
Once upon a time.
That was signed by new Maple Leafs general managers, Brad Treliving.
Hawks should go get Jason Zucker. Anyways. He's 31. Never mind. Go get Jonathan Drouin.
Who knows?
Someone's giving Matt Dumba a 6x6, and it's going to be so funny.
Is he's a UFA this year, or is he 1 year left?
No, he's a UFA.
Oh, he is a UFA.
He's a UFA. And the Wild aren't going to re-sign him because they don't have cap space. Because they got to go pay, like, I don't know. Oh, wait, they signed Boldy, but they got to still fit the extension in.
They have to deal with, what, $15 million of dead cap space with Suter and Parise?
Let's take a gander at their cap sheet real quick. It says they have $9 million. That's not bad. But they also have to sign Dewar, Duhaime, Steele, Reeves. Like, I don't think they're going to re-sign a lot of these guys. Kalen Addison's going to not be cheap.
Oh, no,
Philip Gustafson's not going to be cheap. But
that might be the big one.
They'll be right up against the cap. With 14 million buyouts. Good job, guys. Fuck you, Chuck Fletcher.
And Bill Guerin, for that matter.
All that to lose to the Blackhawks 3 years in a row. That's think about it. That's the highest achievement that organization had in that era. Was getting clowned on by the Blackhawks 3 years in a row. That is so tough. No wonder Wild fans are miserable, dude. Jesus, no wonder.
Minnesota sports in general. Just the pinnacle of mediocrity.
Ugh. I need a urinating tree video called that.
The pinnacle of mediocrity.
And it's just a picture of Kirk Cousins and fucking Ryan Suter.
You might even call that mediocrity.
You are a funny guy, you.
Hey, funny guy. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know.
All I know is I was gonna say Philip Gustafson. That's another goalie that could be traded because they still have Fleury and they have a little guy named Jesper Wallstedt coming up.
I don't know. Do you think Wallstedt's in the NHL next year though? That's my thing. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know if it happens this year, but like, say if Gustafson signs like a short, like 2-year contract, he's definitely on his way. But then Fleury will be.
He'll probably get games now that I think about it. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
He's no Jackson Stauber, unfortunately.
No, you're so right.
I need this. I need a pairing of Jackson Stauber and Jeff Glass.
Let's go, baby. Former World Junior Championship gold medal winning goalie Jeff Glass.
Both
he was on that.
Canada too.
He was on the 2005 World Junior team with the like on Getzlaff, Harry. I think they had Phaneuf on defense. Remember good old Dion Phaneuf? They were just Andrew Ladd was on it. Like they just had. It was basically the 2003 draft class on that team. Plus,
they were the best.
Mm-hmm. And then Jeff Glass was the goalie.
And that Sidney Crosby fella.
He fell off. He was never to be seen again. Who is the Sidney Crosby fella we talk of?
He clearly was never better than Bobby Ryan. That's for sure.
We haven't heard of him in a long time. And not
there's got to be some. There's got to be some post on HF boards from like 2004 that says Bobby Ryan's better than Sidney Crosby. I know or Cam Barker's better than Malkin or some shit. I know it's out there. I just need to find it.
You know, this Ovechkin guy can score goals and everything, but is he a big defenseman like Cam Barker?
I can't believe that draft still, dude. God, good thing they didn't like get anyone the next like 3 years. I don't know anything.
Or before that.
Or the year before that.
Or even later on in that draft, because I'm pretty sure they got like Bufflin and Bolin and that later on in that draft.
Cares you drafted Cam Barker.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Cam Barker. Hope he's doing well. Maybe.
I wonder what he is doing nowadays.
Right.
Let's look that up. We have the internet as our friend. We can do that.
I don't. Sorry.
I
live under.
Unlike you Gen Z millennials.
You woke
I'm
liberal media. I still
media.
get my mail from a fucking pelican or a, you know what I mean, a stork. Pelican. Jesus Christ.
Cam Barker last played hockey in 2020-21 for Dragons I'm pretty sure.
Yo, he played for Dragons? That's crazy.
No, we don't even say the city name. He played for Dragons. You know what? That's a great way to go out.
He played for the Dragons. Like, imagine not. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Game of Thrones could never, honestly.
In 2008 and 9, he had 48 points in 68 games, including 9 points in 17 games for the Hawks. Then he got traded to the Wild. Then he played with Oilers.
Then he got traded to the Wild. That's God. That really must suck to be Cam Barker. He was there for all the shit years. Got one good year and then got shipped off to the Wild. Right
you're gone. You're gone.
That's tough.
You're gone.
That's tough. Anyways, what's next on the docket?
Oh, I want to bring this up. Frank Cervelli called it a whopper of an extension. Cole Caulfield.
Cole Caulfield.
Let's overact to that. Why would Montreal do such a stupid thing?
His career high is 46 points. Why would they do such a thing? They said the same thing about Kaprizov. I'm not saying he's going to get 110 points, but I'm saying he's going to be fine.
He might be a guy who gets 40 goals, 30 goals at worst. Like, and then we get 80 points.
What the hell were his stats last year? Because I know he was on pace for like 40 goals.
36 points in 46 games, 26 of them being goals. So he would have been on pace for
50-goal pace, bro.
6 goals.
He's fine. He's fine. If he works on his playmaking ability like DeBrincat did, he's going to be an elite player. Like, they're going to be fine. They're gonna be fine. He got more goals when he did it. Okay. He had 23 goals in 67 games the 1 year. And then in 46 games, he got 26 goals. Like, Jesus, he's gonna be fine. Like, give it some time.
But
Just don't get any more major surgeries, hopefully. Knock on wood.
He's got to prove it, though. It's not a good contract. Why would you spend that money?
Whatever. They said William Nylander's contract was absurd, too, and it became the best contract in hockey. And I would not surprise me if this contract becomes one of those best contracts in hockey.
7.85. If that guy gets 40 goals, 40 assists, or whatever.
If he gets 40 goals.
30. Yeah, if you do 40 goals, who cares how many assists you get?
If he has 30 goals and 60 points, that's a damn good contract.
That's still a good contract.
That's the thing.
Yeah. That's a fine piece of work by Kent Hughes. Or if you're a House fan, Went Hughes masterclass.
Just don't ask him who he picked with his first 2 picks in the draft.
Don't ask who he picked first overall.
Or 25th overall. Oh, but he got Owen Beck and Lane Hudson. Don't care.
It's like
Lane Hudson is literally Matt Grzelcyk.
It's like going back to the Blackhawks in 2004. Oh, you got Bufflin and Bickle and Bullet. Yeah, but you draft Cam Barker third overall.
Yeah, so didn't take Collier right. Still get a side eye. Or Nemec for that matter. Or Juracek. Or anyone else.
Would Korchinski have better pick for the first overall?
I hope not, because that would suck for them. It'd be great for us, but God, just looking back on it, oh my God, someone tell them that height doesn't fucking matter anymore, especially for forwards. I can't wait till it's gonna get out-muscled by Caulfield in training camp or some shit.
Thing is, he would have been a fine top 5 pick. But first overall, with just the guys that went in front of him, I don't know.
Not acceptable in my opinion.
Glad I'm not them.
Oh well.
Oh no. Anyways.
But anywho.
I suppose we can get to the Twitter questions now.
Finding Twitter questions. I just saw a post from Ghetto Smosh, speaking of which, and I'd never want to see that again. Because Smosh would never pay for Twitter Blue, first of all. Second of all.
Never. Not my Kings.
Hashtag not my Smosh. Smosh has gone woke. Cancel culture got him again. God damn it. All right. What do we got for the Twitter questions?
First question is from our good pal Boomer. I think this is a good question. Patrick Kane back to the Rangers or somewhere else? Also help me. Oh no, Boomer. What's happening with your sports teams right now?
Let's go, Mets.
Oh my God, dude. The Blue Jays had a very, very rough, no good May. And they played the Mets. And they swept them. And I'm like, the Blue Jays, man, they really got to get together. But how many times on the podcast this season do we complain about the Blackhawks and then we talk about another team and we're like, oh, at least we're not that team. The Blue Jays I am frustrated with, but thank God they're not the Mets because they spent $1 billion. No hyperbole or exaggeration. They spent $1 billion in free agency. Their pitching is fine. Like Verlander pitched fine against the Jays, but their offense, as Frank the Tank would say, feeble, absolute feeble. Like Lindor, who they're paying like $35 million, he struck out like almost 10 times. He was awful. And Pete Alonso, I think Pete Alonso hit 1 home run, but other than that, he was not. Like they're just. It's funny because the Blue Jays and the Mets are kind of like the same versions of each other's, but in different leagues. Like they spend a lot of money, but
you and I aren't so different after.
Yeah, but the Blue Jays won, and the Mets spent like probably triple the money the Blue Jays did. Like way more. And I'm pretty sure they're below 500 right now. That's rough. But on the Patrick Kane, this is an interesting one because he got surgery finally.
Should have got it 2 years ago.
Yeah, he should have gotten it when he got hurt. but whatever. I guess better late than never, I suppose. I think he said 4 to 6 months estimated recovery time, so he'll be back. What?
Christmas.
Yeah. Best case scenario, like he gets back maybe like October.
American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but like realistically, probably after that or close to Christmas. And which it should be. He shouldn't rush back. There's no need to rush back.
Just go to a winner.
Yeah, I don't think he goes back to the Rangers. Because the Rangers fired Gallant, and now apparently they're going to John Hines, even though nothing is official yet. But I'm pretty sure, regardless, John Hines is still a finalist for the head coach job, which should say everything about where the direction of that team and why guys like Lafreniere and Kako are not developing properly.
Yeah, it's just a bad situation. Anyways, Kane's going to go to like Vegas or Dallas or Carolina or something.
Ooh, Vegas to play with Eichel. No, he's going to Vegas.
I want him to go to Vegas. That's where I wanted him to go when we traded him.
I say he's going to Vegas.
Plus, he'd love a big market like that.
He would love
Showtime in Vegas. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Just like everyone loves Vegas though. Like everything.
God, yeah, he would just fit right into such a lovable team.
Yeah. Everyone would be like, yeah, that great team.
Because like Kane's not going to Canada, so.
Oh God, no. Maybe like if he was going to go to Toronto to Canada, it would be Toronto.
League man to the Leafs, baby! Woohoo!
But he's only going to go there if Nylander gets traded so he can wear 88.
No, he's making it wear 63 again.
63.
You don't even get to go back to 29, bud. Get out of here.
63 William Nylander.
Sorry, Boomer. He's going like anywhere else but the Rangers, I think.
No,
unless the Rangers give him term, but I don't think they're giving him term. So
no, he's not staying at the Rangers. He's going to Vegas.
He's going to the Big Apple in Vegas, otherwise known as New York, New York.
Yo, he's gonna see a Statue of Liberty there.
Go! It's Vegas. Just like New York, just
exactly
like more scummy. Anyways,
no more treacherous scum and villainy like in Vegas. Whatever they say.
Treacherous scum and villainy.
That is a Star Wars New Hope reference for all you kids out there.
Sorry, I only watch real movies like Paw Patrol. Anyways, what's the next question? Next question.
My favorite movie of all time was Cars 2, baby. Okay.
We didn't have to say that. I don't like
it. The next question is it's kind of the same question. Former Blackhawk. It's from our good friend Zach. Thoughts on what Domi could get on his next contract because I don't think he's staying in Dallas as much as I want him to. Also, this is more for you, Schmitty. Thoughts on Spider-Verse if you saw it and favorite song from the album.
Okay. First off, Domi's getting $5 million. I don't know the years, but I think he's earned $5 million in his next deal. I hope it's with the Hawks. I mean, I hope it's honestly to any team that gives him term because I think he's made that clear that he's going wherever gives him security and term. Hell, give him a no trade clause. Like it's not like he's going to go anywhere if he gets signed here. But Spider-Verse is great. It's fucking breathtaking scenes and whatnot. And then like my favorite song probably is Annihilate on that. Just because like the scene that it takes place in the movie is like very good, very chilling. So I like it. It was a great movie though. Like I'm not doing a well enough explanation of it, but I honestly don't want to get into it because I'll just start saying spoilers. So very good movie. Like,
and then that's another hour on to the show. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
if Rose were here, definitely.
Oh, if Rose was here, you would. There's no holding back. But it's movie of the year.
Go now. Hang on. And our last question, I have to pull this up on the computer and show it via and show it.
Oh, the cap.
It's vicious cap friendly. If I can even, I should have had it. I should have had it saved. Oh, jeez. Hang on, I think I have found it. This is such great radio, you guys. Hang on, I got it.
And drum roll, please. Sorry, we don't have drums.
That's my best drum roll impersonation.
10 out of 10.
Present.
Would put 10 out of 10, not my tempo. No, 9 out of 10, not quite my tempo.
Not my tempo. Were you dragging or were you rushing?
Or you need to be on my fucking time.
That is such a
Right,
great
pull
movie,
this up.
speaking of cinema. Okay. Okay. Looking at the lineup, let's go to the top here. Free agent sign. I love created by Was. I love you, Bish. Maxime Comtois, 4 years, 3.5 per.
Is this the Leafs?
Yes, this is the Leafs. It is called The Only Tree That's Living is Vesa Toscola.
I mean, real, but
So yeah.
Comtois 4 years though. What? That's crazy.
Let's take a look at the trades here. This is how they got Comtois. They got Comtois in a second for Matt Murray, Jake Muzzin. They traded Boston's first to Anaheim, and then the Blackhawks' 5th round pick.
Damn it!
Damn it! That should have been me, not him.
Oh man.
Additional details: Anaheim has been down on Comtois for a long time, and I'm very certain they do not want to pay him. Additional details for Anaheim: Muzzin can be easily dealt somewhere else, given he's dead money, but thought it makes sense to put him together here along with the 5th. Now, you thought that trade was wacky and crazy. Let's take a look at this one between Toronto and Carolina.
Trade Matthews.
It's not quite that. It's the other M. It is Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen, the Blackhawks' 6th round pick. No,
Damn it! Stop trading our picks.
Yeah. They're ours. You keep stealing them. The 2024.
They keep sneaking in at night and taking our picks. I don't understand.
They take it off the cap friendly when I had them there, and they just keep stealing them. Oh, and then a 2025 first round pick for Carolina. The Hurricanes get Marner, Alex Steves, and they get the 2024 5th round pick for Chicago. What is this?
I'm a slapfish, dude. Oh my god.
That's the biggest offense of it all. The trade.
How do you make a mega trade with the Hurricanes and not get a defenseman? What the fuck?
You couldn't even get like Brett Pesce or something. That is so sad. So yeah, there's the trades. Here's the lineups. So you got Matthew Nyes, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and the second line, John Tavares, Sebastian Aho, Teuvo, good Kyle Turbo. And the third line, Comtois, Hala. He signed Eric Howla and free agency, Cali Garncross.
Oh, he's a Blackhawk.
Yeah.
All right, I already signed it.
What does Walter White say? Stay off my turf or whatever. That's ours. Eric Howla is ours. And then you got Robertson, Holmberg, and good old Sam Laff. And Bobby McMahon is an extra.
Okay,
then
so Pontus Holmberg makes this team. And okay, whatever. Oh, sorry.
Then your defense is Morgan Riley, TJ Brody, Jake McCabe, Liljegren, Giordano Timmins, and Mete and Shen. And then your goalies are Samsonov and Wool. So
this
here's
team
some of the comments.
Look
at all look, there's like 5 or 6 comments here. Marner isn't getting moved, and there's no freaking way Don Waddell is giving up Sebastian Aho for him. Talking about Fantasyland.
I just know that was in all caps too.
No, it wasn't. But
oh, damn it!
It reads in something down.
It does read it. It reads in all caps. Talk about Fantasyland. Me when people think Bedard's gonna pull a Lindros. Sorry, continue.
Oh my God. So we're taking on Jake Muzzin's dead money plus cap dump Matt Murray just to move up 5 spots in the draft. Get real.
Get real. Come on.
Yeah, we were already off the fence on moving up 5 spots to take Murray. Adding Muzzin to the deal further helps Toronto at no benefit to us. Gonna have to drop that down to the Boston second at least. Oh, there's no like clever like, oh, you idiot for doing that.
You need to give your head a shake.
Newsflash, pal.
Newsflash.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree here.
Oh my god.
Carolina walking into next year with Kotkaniemi as their top center. ...
Marty Natchez, anyone? Or they get him in that too.
388 packs. Marty Natchez.
388
That doesn't make a ton of sense for Anaheim. Moving up only 5 spots to take Muzzin and Murray's contract and giving up Comtois. Those ones
Doesn't
are
sound
boring.
like a fair trade.
I like
Me.
the ones where they're like talking about fantasy lad, and then I like the other one. Get real.
Get real. Me when I
Yeah.
trade William Nylander for Connor McDavid. He has better hair.
Yeah,
than
thank
him.
you, Vish, for making us all stupid. And making brain cells. That's all.
Vish was some next level trolling on Cap Friendly. I kind of have to respect it.
I respect it.
I re-88 pecked that.
What's Vish? What's your favorite number? I really whatever pecked that so much.
What's Alex Steves' number? That's probably his favorite.
No, Pierre Engvall. What was his number with the Leafs? Was it 47?
Yeah, I think so.
347 back to Vish. Got it. So yeah, that's and
I know you froze. I didn't know what happened.
oh no, I was gonna say Boomer. He's like he sent a video. Pete Alonso has left tonight's game versus the Braves after being hit by a pitch. I don't like seeing guys injured, but like just everything is going wrong for the
All right, let's wrap this
Yeah,
up.
let's wrap this up. Exactly 3 weeks until the draft. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, we haven't done too many podcasts recently, which is I wouldn't say it's my fault. Like, I've just been super busy, but it's like crazy. I'm like, oh, let's do one today, and then like we don't do it, and then a few days pass. Like, it just all add like time has been just going by so quickly. Like, it's crazy that we're in June already, and there's 19 days till I leave for Chicago, and then we go to Nashville, and we go back to Chicago. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I know that's gonna go all by in a blur because that's what happened with Montreal. So as much as I want to be there in Chicago, Nashville right now, I'm like trying to enjoy the days. I'm like, even though I'm working, I'm like your trip is gonna go by. Just enjoy it while things seem slow in the moment, you know. Anyways, well, that's it. Unless you guys got anything more else to add, wrap it up here.
No good.
Alrighty. So thank you all for tuning in. Give us a 5-star rating on your preferred podcast platform. If you're watching our beautiful faces on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new podcasts. And to anyone part of the LGBTQ plus community, we love y'all, and I hope you have an amazing, incredible Pride Month. All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and we shall talk next time. Peace.